All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It just feels so good that the Las Vegas Raiders on the road took down last year's number one seed in the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC. Like, finally, week one, losing to the Chargers, and everyone's freaking out. Not Raiders fans, but the NFL football media world just never properly gives the Raiders the respect that they deserve. And everyone was freaking out about the quarterback position. And Gardner Minshew comes out and plays 30 of 38, 276 yards, one touchdown, and an interception. And this is a team that was trailing 23-13 with 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They scored the final 13 points. Davante Adams touchdown, Carlson 2 field goals. This was actually the first win for Antonio Pierce as the official head coach, and obviously as the interim head coach last year, going 5-4. But a couple of things really stand out. Obviously, Max Crosby is a freaking superstar, and he's been a superstar. And this defense, they're as legit as they come. And you see guys like Robert Spillane, finally, that sounds rude, but like really coming into his own and really propelling to be a really freaking good linebacker. And then you see guys like Brock Bowers. I just sent a tweet about Brock a couple of minutes ago. He fell onto the lap. We said it the entire summer. Greg Olsen, any former tight end, any Hall of Fame tight end, or anybody who's played in the NFL, and they go on these talk shows and they say, yeah, man, any other draft, Brock Bowers is like a 5th, 6th, or 7th at the worst draft pick. And this was before preseason even began, and we saw it on Sunday why Brock Bowers is one of the best, if not the best, offensive player in the entire National Football League draft. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Las Vegas Raiders in today's video, but before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Raiders and NFL content. Try and get this video to 100 likes. That would mean the absolute world to me. I apologize. We haven't made a Raiders video in like 5 days since the victory on Sunday night. Just moved to the Tampa area, so things are a little bit chaotic, but you look at the Raiders, you're coming off a win on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, so your next game at home against the Carolina Panthers. This is a team, I'm telling you, and we've been telling you the entire summer, if Gardner Minshew plays the way he did on Sunday, the Raiders are easily winning 10 games, folks. The Raiders will be a playoff team if Gardner Minshew did exactly what he did this past weekend. Brock Bowers, though, unbelievable. And he's a rookie, and you got him basically for free for 4 more seasons. He needed only 2 games to make NFL history. 58 yards in his debut, 98 yards this past Sunday. He's up to 156 yards on the season. That's the most by a rookie tight end through their first 2 career games in the history of the NFL. Hall of Famer Mike Ditka previously held the record, and he set that in 1961. It is kind of crazy. Only 156 yards. Obviously, that's extremely impressive, but like breaking an NFL historic mark from 1961, he's the real deal. And I saw this great article on The Athletic from Derek Klassen, and he was kind of doing a deeper dive on why, or like how the Raiders utilized Brock Bowers on Sunday and why it's just a sign for things to come. Like, you look at guys around the NFL, like Travis Kelce, the best tight end in the NFL. He's getting a little bit older, obviously, but like Sam Laporta last season, rookie draft pick from the Detroit Lions, he had a phenomenal season. And there's a lot of comparisons for how Sam Laporta and Travis Kelce are used or have been used in their career and how the Raiders deployed Brock Bowers this past Sunday. And here's a good example. So earlier on in the second quarter, the Raiders isolated Bowers to one side in the field. Close split like an X receiver. 12-yard play. Gardner Minshew put it right there on his chest. Easy first down. And once again, Travis Kelce and Sam Laporta, they're 2 really good examples of guys who just are great in isolation information, right? And you get these star-studded beasts, because we're talking tight ends and we're talking Brock Bowers, and you're going up against cornerbacks who just aren't typically used to guarding a dude like Brock Bowers. And the way that the Raiders and Luke Getsy deployed him, it was just honestly beautiful. The only concern I have right now is health on the offensive line and the run game, and obviously those 2 things are correlated. But thankfully you got the Carolina Panthers this upcoming weekend, and I do have a feeling that they're going to come off a little bit feisty because Bryce Young was just demoted, and that saying where it's like a coach gets fired and the next game with like the interim head coach, you just blow him out. I know it's same coach, Dave Canales, in his third game of his NFL coaching career. But like, I do think Carolina is going to come off with some pop because it's extremely embarrassing how their first two games and their last couple of years have gone in general. But even Brock Bowers deploying him on screens. We didn't see anything too crazy when Brock Bowers got screens, but the point just is the scheme is there and the idea is there, and you're going to see a lot of Brock Bowers throughout the rest of the season. He had, like, film is just the best way to even paint these pictures. Like, just his high IQ football player. There was a play in the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter, where Gardner was in trouble and he was scrambling, and Brock Bowers just found an open patch of grass and made the move. He's a rookie player and he's making veteran moves. So you pair that up with Davante Adams coming off a great game. Just feed him the ball. Feed Davante the ball. Feed Brock Bowers the ball. And we talked about this all summer too. Like, the wide receiver room for the Raiders is actually really good. Even before Brock Bowers came into town, you got the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the National Football League, in Davante Adams. And you can't double team him because you got Jacoby Myers, the most underrated, underrecognized wide receiver too in the National Football League. And now you got big time play ability guy in Trey Tucker coming off an intriguing end of his rookie season. So adding Brock Bowers to the mix is huge. But like I said, my only concern is, Gardner got sacked 5 times, and the running back room is just a complete mess. And I'm keeping an extremely big eye on it because, of course, I drafted Zamir White very early in my fantasy football draft, thinking he's going to be how he was in the last 4 games of the season. But the O-line health just isn't there. And so Zamir, 9 catches, 24 yards. People are ragging on him. We know Zamir Zeus. Like, he's a beast. He's huge. He's a beast. He's going to be just fine. But you can't run the ball 17 times for only 27 yards, averaging 1.6 yards per carry for the rest of the season. So that's why I'm kind of excited to play Carolina this upcoming weekend. Just, not talent-wise on the same level offensively or defensively as the Carolina or the Las Vegas Raiders. But, folks, this defense, man, obviously Max Crosby giving Gardner Minshew just the best thing you could have said. This was going viral all week. Or all day on Sunday, I should say. Max Crosby said this, gave him a little pep talk. He grabbed me and just said, "Hey, we got your back, dude. We need that Washington State Gardner. We need that." And I was like, man, you're right, dude. Let me see if I can go whip that up real quick. Max Crosby, one of, if not the best defensive player in the entire National Football. He had like 6 total tackles, 2 sacks, like 4 of those tackles were tackles for loss. He had a pass deflection. This guy is a freaking superstar stud. And Robert Spillane coming off an unbelievable game, 10 total tackles, including that huge interception. That Wilkins on the defensive line, these DBs are holding their own. I'm really liking the way this Raiders team is looking. And it's just funny because everyone, not Raiders fans, were overreacting after their week 1 loss to the Chargers. Like, it's week 1. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL and Raiders content. But guys, give me your thoughts. Give me a score prediction down below for the Raiders week 3 game against the Carolina Panthers. We'll see you soon.